teams as a whole?
I think I'm looking at B8 here. I think they are from the previous Maryline roster, and they're just trying to prove their worth, and they haven't had too many good results in like HLTV and EU games as seen in Malta Vibes. But I think they got here from the Ukraine qualifier, and they're trying to make a name for themselves, and I'm very much looking at that. And as I say that, we're right into the pistol round. Trades going back and forth in the favor of the T side, and the T's running down towards Secret. Is that all of them, or is still a lurk towards Mini?
I think I do see a look towards Mini. Yeah, Hector just trying to play it cool over there while the rest actually make their way down in towards Secret and kind of having some decent control over it despite the players still on the site itself with D and AVN. Surely the A site would be quite a bit weaker. I guess Hector's trying to make use of these rotations coming through. They have no idea that he's there. But with him hearing that player drop down into towards ramp, I suppose he could do the math. He realizes that it's probably going to be quite empty towards A, and he'd be fully correct in that. Sees that it's a pretty empty site. He can hold off towards Heaven, where he will face a bit of battle, but actually comes out on top in the end against Kindo, and that surely just finishes up the round as well. AVN and D have next to no chance with that bomb having already gone down as well. B8 lock up and win that first round pretty securely and I'd say pretty patiently in the way they approach that, just letting Hector do his job over towards the lurking position while the rest were just taking some base control and didn't have to rush anything there.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. Wrinkle on the P250, he gets the very pivotal opening picks, but what I liked what they did was, as I said, Hector is on the flank and it just calls, slow down. Everyone, just slow down. I've got a timing. Go towards vents. I think they're rotating off A, and as he did, they just went towards A, and he killed the rotate going up Heaven and round over. Very clean round, and see the Mac 10s coming out now. Hoping to see a little bit of an A pop here. I always do enjoy seeing that on second and third rounds of just fast. But great shots there from Wrinkle. He's quite clinical with a P250, as we can see.
Absolutely. I mean, from such a young team as well, to be able to have that level of patience, I think it's super impressive. Wrinkle is, I think, the youngest player at this competition, just 16 years of age, and he's just showing the tenacity of a man much older than him. D comes up here with the scout and actually does find the opening kill of this one, despite having the weaker weaponry, you would say, 4GLORY trying to fight their way out. D finally get ratted out by these Mac 10s with just that little bit. They're a little bit too quick, it looks like, for these CTs. Can't quite handle them. So any will try, but again, the Mac 10s is absolutely supreme on that base site, and no stopping them in the past round, and no stopping them here either. It looks like 4GLORY will at least try this round.
Yes, as some people might say, Mac 10 go burr. It's just running down the scout and the swag 7. I was very, you always want to see a swag 7 kill, but alas, the Mac 10 seemed to overcome. But as we can see here, though, the TTs do get in kill, and Wrinkle on 13 HP. This is looking a little bit dangerous. No kit on the CT side, and the clock is running down, and I think that might be round. CTs are saving 2 SMGs, but I'm not sure how useful they are going to be coming into the next round. These Mac 10s are going to be good to save for the next round. There's not going to be any armor on 4GLORY, I assume. So these Mac 10s should farm the pistols a little bit and gain some extra money. But good opening pick on the scout. Alas, that was the only kill he could write home about, and B8 take their second round. Yeah, it's crazy, Wrinkle being 16, playing in a tournament like this, playing with people who have years of experience. It's just crazy to me that seeing all these super young players still playing, or like playing at this level.
Fully agree on that. B8 this time mixing up the pace a little bit, going even quicker than last round, you would say. Back to this beast site, guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then Avent does come in just to get the trade though, and maybe you would have hoped for more from the best weapon out there. Obviously, have a couple of deagles left with these P250s. Surely won't be too big of a battle for the T side. I mean, already firing on through, but then they do end up with a 2-on-2 still. Captain Kirk and Wrinkle do still have the AKs. They can just keep this medium range situation against the Mac 10s, and it should be a problem, but they do move up. Serenity comes up, but he still goes down, and so does Kindo. And so we do have B8 on that third round. A little bit more tight that time, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect a round to get that tight, but the money's still very good on the T side. I think having those Mac 10s, getting that 600 kill bonus is very important. But we're coming out to see our first gun round. It's going to be very interesting to see what T's do here. Do they do something quick, do something slow? Be interesting to see, yeah. Good to close it down by Captain. How would you pronounce that name? Capt Kirkle?
Captain Kurtka, I was going to say, but obviously a new addition, so hard to say. Oh my goodness, Sereni. Adds 2 kills to his name. Kindo comes up as well, and, well, a quick round it is, but maybe not in the favor of B8 this time around. And Wrinkle will try to make something of it, but looks very difficult right now with that bomb already dropped and already smoked off as well here. AVN pushed up as well. They have so much map control, they just have so many kills, there's no way now. Hector all alone against 5. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the round's looking a bit ropey. And the USP comes out and takes down Hector.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem with something like a door rush, is that you are coming out with one single choke point. And as we can see from like the CTs, you just swing out of mini and you just hold mouse 1. And there's only one place they come out of. So you see here, Saren, you know, he just runs out and just doesn't even see anyone but gets 2 kills. But then still, very good hold and very good round from 4GLORY to just take their first round on the board. But however, we can see B8 getting the AWP out, and they still do have some money for another gun round.
Yeah, I mean, that was just with how well they built up that T economy right in the first couple rounds. See the AWP coming out already on Wrinkle as well. He tries to fire through that smoke, nothing to be found just yet as they seem to head outside inside with those smokes being set up. Collins there to challenge. Already over there. A couple of the standard smokes being thrown out as well, but seems like 4GLORY are definitely trying to help out here and are definitely trying to contest this outside area.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Collins in secret, so right now, 4GLORY have complete information that, yes, these outside smokes have been thrown, but nothing's happened. As you can see as well as outside, Collins is pushing up. He's getting a lot of info that nothing is actually outside. Getting spotted out, though, I think, by Owner, and there's going to be a little bit of back and forth there, but this is really good from 4GLORY so far, knowing that it's either going to be a ramp or A hit. And as I say that, the ramp hit is coming in. Avon dropping the smoke, really good on a ramp player to keep your utility in the later rounds, and he drops that smoke and just completely denies if B8 wanted to go down ramp, they wouldn't be able to. But slowing it right back down, and if they're going towards A, they're running into 3 players, and they don't even have that much util left. 2 smokes, 2 mollies, no flashes coming out into 3 players. I don't see this going very well for them. Molly goes on the feet of Saren, doesn't get away with his life. However, Kindo top part gets 2, and Collins gets the 3rd from backside. And yeah, that seems like it's round 3v2. Owner does pick up 1 kill. Oh, as I say that, the flank comes in from heaven. 8 seconds though. Bomb, bombs down in Squeak, and I think that's round over. Got very close there. Ooh, spam through the wall.
I mean,
been very fun to get it.
If the outside 50-50 just comes up different there, where AVN doesn't stay alive with 30 health, that they win that round. Yeah. Great. It was a very well worked flank, I must say. It was just the fact that they gave up a few too many kills there to Kindo. Smart play though, I have to say. And it felt like B8 did a lot right. It was just that one play against Kindo, but you could see there at the start, again, that tenacity we're speaking of, where they molly out Old Hut, or Old Vent rather, and they just don't even peek him. They don't allow Sereni to actually get a trade out of there, and they just let him burn until he's on that final tick before they peek. And I felt like a lot of good signs for B8 just don't come up with the round in the end. They do have the pistols here alongside that AWP on Krivda, but surely not around anyway.
Yeah, I think the problem they had that round was that they didn't have much utility coming into the round anyway, because they were, like, the AWP, I think he only had, like, a smoke and a flash, and they used the they threw the outside smokes, you know, that's 3-2 smokes already being used, and they pretty much just wasted those smokes, because 4GLORY had a player, I think it was Collins that was in secret, and he just went, right, there's no one outside. We can just stack A or ramp. And as soon as they hit ramp and come back, I feel like B8, they kind of know exactly what's going to happen. And yeah, that is what happened. So yeah, so far, good Counter-Strike. I'm very much enjoying this match so far.
We do see B8 just walk down B again. Surprised 4GLORY haven't played this more conservatively and haven't actually put anyone down and even close to that area. They finally start to rotate down now, but I think that bomb plant might just go through anyway. They're with it. They throw a smoke out. Oh, AVN. He's lucky that they haven't got further. He walks up closer to investigate, and he actually finds that headshot instantly onto Wrinkle. Goes for a little bit more there through the door. Only the damage dealt. He comes up with the USP instead, and there it is. The 2 and the 3K in the round to leave only Captain Kirka. I just felt like 4GLORY, they've got to be a little bit. They've got to thank their lucky stars a little bit there, because that could have ended up a whole lot differently if B8 aren't so passive after they get down to secret. That was like a wide open sight there for a solid 10, 20 seconds almost.
Yeah, I mean, if B8 had just got down and gone, really, if they just had run out, they would have got bombed down. There was a long time of just stagnant, nothing happened, and that allowed that gave 4GLORY, they made the mistake of not rotating anyone down whatsoever, to then go, oh god, we have to go down now, and just stop the rush. But the outside smoke's missing. Collins find the gap, does get the first, gets traded out by Wrinkle. Saren abusing the first smoke, gets tied down a little bit, nothing to write home about. D shoots through the smoke, thinking he can get a kill, misses, but the T's do have, they are down on secret. Does get spotted out but Krivda does absolutely take the head off Saren, and Tracer just going back and forth. And again, Hector, he's wrapped outside, gets the first, spots out the second. They have full info where D is, and they're just gonna go plant on B, is that? Yeah. Going down, planting B, that's round over.
Easy enough, right? I mean, it was a bit of a messy outside exchange. B8 just kind of leaving those massive gaps on, I think, 2 different ends there, where it was both open for Sereni on one end and then obviously open on the other end for Collins, but just not really making use of it that time for 4GLORY. And B8 in the end, they again just stick to it and kind of just wait out 4GLORY, who clearly aren't quite in the same realm in terms of that patience, in terms of that inner peace. They are much quicker on the draw in that time. Not quite what they would have wanted. P8 finally get that round back after 4GLORY had got a bit of a streak going. Could have definitely opened up quite the gap there for 4GLORY. If they just win that round, they could have probably worked off of that, but instead we saw here B8 partly through that kill for the smoke and then closing out the round. Pretty simple trade kills, and obviously Hector again. B8 have been really good at getting into those flanking positions. Whether they've worked or not has been up for debate sometimes, but that time clearly it's the one that settles the round in a way, because in a 2-on-3 or even a 2-on-4 you might still go for that if you're 4GLORY, but obviously in the 1-on-2 where you only have the AWP left, there was no real debate.
Yeah, all pan 30 HP. But yeah, with those smokes, I mean, I didn't quite catch it if 4GLORY had cancelled one of the smokes with Molotov. But I mean, in a game like this, you shouldn't be missing like the second smoke. Like that isn't something you should be missing. You shouldn't be having a fat gap like that on next to the red box. But the first smoke there, like the gap there was, I mean, that's on purpose, so you can see around to I don't know if you call it, I call it Africa, that little space on the just like behind Mini, towards the T side on the silo. I feel like that's a pretty, I don't know, that's the thing with Nuke, there's so many callouts, everyone calls everything something different, but as I say, that Kindo sitting on top of silo, very nice off angle, takes 2, and the T side just can't even react. They don't even know what's happened to them. Bomb down in hut, and that's probably round over.
Should have probably used that smoke earlier, owner, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Is it now? Needs a couple kills here though, and even as he sprayed through, it's only the damage. It's going to be Krivda instead to try and open up, but neither win their duels, and so Kindo ends up being kind of the round winner there. The 3 kills end up with quite a bit of impact on them. With that, they make it 4-all. 4GLORY straight away, straight back. We've seen. It feels like when they win a round, they make it look a whole lot easier than the T side, but I guess that's what you get if you just find these cheeky angles. They had, as you mentioned during the round, no idea what was actually happening. Kindo picks up a nice 3K to tie things up there. Pistols come out instead.
And yeah, seems like we're just going to pop out A. They really are trying this A pop. I think, it's be the 3rd, 4th time they try it now. Not to much success. It's not really going very well. But yeah, smoke down door. It's going to make it a lot harder. As soon as that door opens, they're just going to be walking to the meat grinder, running out hut, and it's just, yeah, you know, pistol, no armor. They get a kill. Is that
Bomb?
bomb down vent? Might
They
be
got
bomb
it.
down.
Oh, it was like one digit away.
Very close.
That is very close. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I think they still end up with
If
enough
only.
money though. Yeah. 4GLORY have been really good at just setting up that meat grinder, haven't they? But as you mentioned, I don't know about those A-pops because B seems to have like a 75% win rate for B8 almost. And A is just not comparable at all.
I think what BA want to do is they want to condition 4GLORY into thinking like, hey, we can actually go A, like, be afraid that we can do this. But it just hasn't worked. It hasn't really, alas, and yeah, you see the outside smokes coming down. D getting a molly to the head, but does get down the vent, and I assume that he's going to be going towards secret, the AWP, and it's going to be very dangerous. Oh no, yeah, he's just holding by single, but if the T's decide to go down, towards secret, it's going to be very dangerous to the AWP. And smoke fading, Collins gets head absolutely ripped off. But yeah, you see this angle from D. If the T's decide to go down, that's going to be dangerous. They're just going to be walking into his crosshair. But from what I can see, they don't... Yeah, they seem to be doing some sort of heaven wrap maybe. Or, yeah, it'd be interesting where they go from this.
Or they just do that thing where they ISO for Hector again. He's just standing away in lobby right now, not quite sure where he wants to go, but the rest are currently just waiting out, letting him do his thing like we've seen before. As they just hold out, kind of waiting for 4GLORY to get a little bit impatient, and that's kind of what we're seeing as well. Kindo and Sereni boost up and head towards Hut while AVN sets up and he gets traded. That does give 4GLORY a bit of information though, as Hector waits out for Sereni and Kindo. They might not be pushing up that far though. Yeah, they just stick around on A instead. SB8 wrap around, 2 players here to face. Kindo gets one, he gets traded. It's still Sereni to go though, and he sets up as he also goes down. It's D once more and 1-on-2 this one. So much more winnable.
He could...
Has the health, has the timing on him as well. They won't expect him at all. He keeps in. It's Captain Kirka. He gets shot down. And D is on 41 health still as Hector has just crept around that corner. Hector on the site now. D peeks him in and D's shot him down. It's going to be 4GLORY maintaining that lead in a wonderful 1-on-2. D is just using the fact that B8 had no idea of where he could possibly be initially. And that timing comes up big time for him with a couple good shots in there on the op as well.
That was an incredible... He caught an incredible time, but I thought as soon as he got jiggled there backside, I was like, ah, that's over, you know. Like, there's no way he's going to win this. It was a really good round by 4GLORY, but I think, I don't know, they just kind of walked into the crosshairs of... it was a good round from B8, and they really should have won that round. I mean, yeah... Hector, I think the players in Mini, like, they still had time. They felt like they rushed it a little bit. Can't remember if there was much utility out for them, but Hector wasn't in a position where he could trade them at all. And like, if they'd waited maybe 10 more seconds for him to get towards the hut position, he could have had a lot more impact on that like mini wrap. But as we see, another A hit, and the kills go their way. It's fine. The Tech 9s just absolutely jump out and destroy the people on A site. And yeah, just the Tech 9s. I wish my Tech 9s did this when I played.
I think it's that utility mix, isn't it, with the Tech 9s? That is a deadly combo. And it feels like a pretty recurring point where B8 have a couple of these great rounds, but then a lot of the rounds they lose, it's just a good idea, just not great execution, which has to come again around to being this young team that maybe aren't as coordinated as they could be, or as they will be perhaps in a bit of time together. But I mean, just based on the potential, this B8 roster is pretty dangerous. You can see here already almost tying things up and are definitely set themselves up for a bit of success here, because if they win this one, surely that scoreline won't be in the favor of 4GLORY for much longer. Captain Kirka here getting the pick alongside Krivda. See, they tried to fight back, but alas, the Tech 9s were a little bit too strong that time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be the Tech 9s when you've got running Tech 9s, especially with utility. It's absolutely lethal. But you see here, the money on both sides, particularly the CT sides. If the CTs lose this round, it's not going to be looking too great for them, and B8 will have an opportunity to take the lead in this game once again.
That's with B8 just creeping around again. They have Owner there, pretty good position outside, having smoked everything off here. He gets into garage and everything, spots up the gun barrel, and Collins, he's got the pick. They walk inside now as Kindo's already got the trade picked up, so Rennie only gets one as well, but then Kindo has made it at least the 2-on-2 even as he goes down. Should still be possible here as they tried to keep a hold of Heaven. Hector and Owner play it more patiently this time around, D just holding towards vents. I think they're just trying to lock up B8 from doing anything else but go towards A and then perhaps go for the post plant after that. But look at AVN, he's already in here.
Yeah, it's a very powerful position. He's absolutely read this. If I assume Owner's just going to walk into his crosshair. Depends where he pre-fires though, because if Owner looks towards top part, oh no, oh what a shot! Avin first bullet dinks him, but Owner just tears his head off.
My goodness, yeah, D will have to clutch up again. Similar position this time, but more known as to his position, and doesn't quite have it on them this time around. Hector behind those boxes once again. There's Owner still in Heaven, maybe not to be expected up there still. Certainly checking for that eventuality. Just bought out one. Molly's out. Owner, he gets forced out. He's tied down to just 1 health, but he stays alive, having dropped down. Could have very much fallen down with the fall, but he gets out of there with a kill. He doesn't know about Owner's lack of health, and so he runs away. It's very, very unfortunate, you'd have to say, for D, but then again, maybe B8 deserved the round after all, with having gotten to that 2-on-1 position in a pretty fair manner. Just all based on Owner and that insane prediction of where the A player was going to be. Owner obviously got that early pick, as we mentioned during the round, and then walked inside and did everything there, and then had to be the one to really settle it. You can see he actually checks for that angle. Fantastic awareness on him. Not just a crazy flick, because it wasn't. It was more so smarts being used there from the young Owner.
Yeah, I mean, he just pre-fight, because what I always struggle in that position is that you're coming from Heaven. It's like, where do you actually look? Because Owner got, I want to say he, unless there was info that I've just I didn't realize, I haven't known. Where's he going to look? Top hut, to be honest, blue box, back sight, outside of hut. He's just maybe, I want to say, got even a bit lucky. He's looked towards the Mustang position and good pre-aim, and he's just hit his shot. But yeah, I mean, D, I saw him do it again. I saw him, a couple rounds ago win the clutch. So I saw him in that position. I was thinking, he's got a molly in his hand. The player Heaven is very low HP. He's placed that molly perfectly and just got so unlucky with that. You know, if he hadn't stayed alive on 1 HP, it would be a different story. But D, incredible first pick there on the CT ramp, and I don't think they're going to expect Avin as well this close. But if he does drop a smoke, so he alerts them and gets out, and that's a really good first pick for 4GLORY. They've got the gun deficit, the utility deficit. D with the AWP, he's got that 4,750 weapon, and he's used it well. And again, D's got that kill and then rotated straight away to a different part of the map. I really like that, seeing versatile AWPers. They get a kill somewhere else and they're straight away going somewhere else. They're straight away moving and placing themselves in somewhere else where they can, have impact. So, yeah.
That's with B8 setting up for a bit of an outside execute. Have 2 players still inside, though, and maybe going for a split more so, as Collins already takes out one. Oh, the outside area completely wiped off the map from B8. Krivda and Hector will try something now, but it looks very dim. With Avian still around, he ulted down the MP9 to at least take that one, even if he did struggle with it. That is enough, that trade, to see Krivda having to back up. Checks for Kindo, and it's not enough. Kindo takes him down. Fantastically worked round from 4GLORY. I think they just set themselves up so well as well, where D and AVM were going to go for that 1-2 punch a little bit aggressively, I guess, over towards ramp, but then they recognized the fact that they don't really have to after getting that first pick, and obviously diminished B8's attack massively so. Not to mention those Collins kills outside that really made it a one-dimensional push from B8 as they take back that lead just as they'd lost it. B8 now with a bit of a mixed buy coming out.
Yeah, I'm that. So we used to call it the hunter. We used to call it hunter from hunter from G2, and the double push in with the AWP going first and the rifle having behind. I think it's such a strong play to do on the CT side,
Right.
and yeah, and he just proved me correct. But yeah, Saren equally in a strong position here. I love this angle because they walk into you here. You see their head as they're looking towards the left, but the molly there. Maybe not spreading. Yeah, the molly doesn't spread. And see, yeah, as they look. Oh no, he gets the dink but cannot finish him off. And the T's looks like they have got the B bomb site. Avin has rotated down outside the control, going towards dials. This is a very hard position, especially when you're alone. And if three T's bearing down on you, it's going to be quite difficult. Bomb is on the back of Wrinkle.
Yeah, Collins going for the flank here as well, so going pretty aggressively on the back there. D comes up and misses on that one. 43 seconds to go. It's going to be a hard site to take over, though, if you're B8, as they look for a few other avenues, or at least clearing out ramp here. D, stick around in it, might just get flanked on in a moment. As B8 hold out for it, D gets tagged down, he goes down all the way as Collins has been able to trade. Oh, and that's the bomb dropped as well. Krivda gets a kill back to at least have that man advantage, but Collins and Kindo with the bomb right now as Captain Kirka tries to bail them out. It's Kindo, but combined with Collins and wins out the round as a result. That's all you really need. If you've got the bomb, and if you've got those two players alive, you can really do all that is needed for Glory end up with 2 rounds in a row there. That could see them end up with quite the lead coming into that second half.
Yeah, I mean, Kinder got the kills, and yeah, he got that really nice 3K, but it was Collins that won them the round. Collins was the one that flanked and dropped the bomb. And I think there was a second there where Kindo, I think it was Captain Kirk, walked past him, and they just kind of back to back for a few seconds. Like, they didn't realize that each other, Kindo walked out of vent and just never really looked left. He was looking towards the single door, and then looked around and was like, there's 3 of them there, just not looking at me. Don't mind if I do.
Exactly.
Yeah, hit again. It really. And the trades,
I guess the mark.
I mean,
if you're gonna try something, try it again or something. I don't know what the strategy was there. 4GLORY having to prove one final time that they stand up against those types of quick attacks. Still, it's got pretty balanced half. I'd say 9-6. Not something you can complain about. I don't think if you're either team, a pretty fair shake-up there after all is said and done.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, just looking at it, 4GLORY, definitely on the CT side of it, on Nuke, you want to be getting those 9 rounds and getting that lead. But if B8 win the pistol here, they're right back into it, and it's still anyone's game. But Tech Pause coming out, so we're slowing down the game a little bit. But already, you see the utility, the flash nade smoke coming out on Collins, and I feel like that might be used towards some sort of vent drop. So I don't know if that's going to be a full team or just himself going down. But I remember what we used to like to do. It's such a gimmicky play of Collins, whoever, like it'd be me actually when I was doing it, nade and go down towards vents and have your other 4 players outside playing by the blue box and waiting. And as soon as Collins drops down, those 4 players just run out. A little bit what B8 did on their T side and just run outside and just hold W down to secret and plant bomb. And it worked sometimes. Sometimes.
What would you say is the success rate on that?
Well, it really depends, because every now and again you just have some guy in heaven just go tap, 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 and just obliterate you. But you can get
just every pistol round.
Yeah, it's with pistols, it's just pure luck of if they and then if Collins might die on the vent drop, it's a bit unlucky. But I don't know. I think honestly, I would say majority of the time it actually worked.
Well, yeah, I mean, just pistol rounds as a whole, it's 20% about the actual strategy you're pulling off, and like 80% aim, where maybe it's not quite flipped, but more in the direction of actual strategy in terms of other types of rounds, which is why I guess it's a little bit controversial, the pistol round as a whole, as a concept.
For sure.
That technical pause coming to a close there to see us on obviously swept around where Be it now take over on that CT side, where 4GLORY have a chance to get the double digits and perhaps close this one out quite quickly. If they start off with a streak here, they do decide to nade that door area,
The
keeping
Julies.
only the flash, as Kindo's already gone down outside. Owner tapping away, only needing one tap that time, I think, as Wrinkle and Co just hide out towards A. Plenty of CTs waiting for them as they try to go for the vent drop. The T's being tagged down in the process, but remaining with 4 players for now. Collins takes a bit of a beating as well. They won't expect one up here though. D sticks around, makes it a 4-on-4, and now as AVN gets a kill and gets the bomb down, it's already in the favor of 4GLORY. And they do have some control down here as well, 4GLORY. Krivda tries to come up, but it's going to be a tough one to retake in general. Captain Kirk at least with one back, but there's plenty more to find. Collins with a trade, and then Sereni just wins it out right there and then. It works out in the end, that vent drop. It looked very frail at times, but I guess you can't criticize it if it actually works out.
Oh, I don't know if you could go with that. I don't actually quite know how they won that. That looked very weird at many stages. But I saw Kevda with the it was Kevda with the the dual Berettas on top hut, and I was Hector. And I was looking at that, and I was thinking, he's going to absolutely destroy them. They're just going to walk into him. And he only got one. I was devastated. But, yeah, I mean, that just proves to us what we were talking about with the pistol rounds. Really just go, it's just like, you can do stuff like that, and you get away with it, and it works.
As long as you can hit those shots like Sereni, he doesn't obviously hit any this round. He goes down immediately to Owner. But I do like that play, though, in terms of... Well, I don't love that play. But I do like the way that D stuck around, and they were so unaware of the D that he probably could have gotten 2 kills there. I think he only ends up with 1, but obviously keeps them distracted at least for a little while. So some value in it. Obviously, better weapons here as well. Owner has that deagle though, and he can do some things with it. We all know about that. He's already proven it this round. Misses that time though. They get to walk up a little bit further. Not a lot of utility to use here from 4GLORY, though, with only 1 smoke remaining. AVN decides to keep it, actually, for that post-plant that they hope to get to with 45 seconds on the clock. That's as Kindo goes down, though. This is going to be a tough one. Actually hold out. Get the bomb down at least for now.
Very good. This is looking very good for the CT side so far. They do have a kit on Krivda, but the gun advantage very much on the side of the T side, and Haven getting absolutely destroyed, and Krivda getting a long range CZ kill. So it's looking very ropey for Collins now. 1v4 situation. They did tap the bomb, molly on the bomb. They don't have a smoke to take that out. Gets the first kill on Wrinkle, and gets taken down by Hector. I think I think Collins there was just trying to get away with his life for us. Like I don't think he was actually going to try and go for that. But yeah, must win round there from BA if they wanted to stay in the game. That second round conversion is very pivotal. However, the T sides did get the bomb down, so I think you might be still seeing some Galils coming out. But yeah, Hector getting 2. That was 2 kills. Was it? It was 3 kills with a Mag 7. That makes me very happy. That does.
My goodness. All right. I mean, just believe the Mag 7, right? If you have a must-win round, just go for that Mag 7. Rely on it getting 3 kills, and it all works out in the end. 4GLORY, they're forced onto kind of a force buy here, where if they lose it, they're straight back into this game. B8 have one up for more of a gun setup against them. Then Hector and Captain Kirk both get a couple kills on the board already, and 4GLORY just walk into the meat grind. You're looking very reminiscent of what we saw at times during that first half, as the roles have been reversed. Wrinkle with a no-scope to finish it off as well. B8 end up with that 8th round. The Wrinkle, one of the top players for B8 in general. It's good to see him wake up a little bit here, and maybe on that CT side a little bit easier on the AWP as well. But in general, I think the best part about it is winning that round for B8 and maybe staying in the game as a whole.
Yeah, I can't tell if either side are either really good at their A defense or just really not very good at their A rushes. Can't tell which one it is. Because both sides of their A defense have been very good. You know, they only had, I think, there was quite a lot of A rushes last half, and 4GLORY dealt with the large majority of them. I think they only lost to 1. It was just because the Tech 9s got, I want to say, a little bit lucky as well.
But you do want to say they were a bit lucky.
Yeah. This round, you know.
I mean,
This
yeah,
round,
I
there's
mean,
not really much that's going to happen.
right, it's just a Glocks. It's just Wrinkle warm-up zone, right? He can do whatever he wants. Yeah. Already getting the 1 kill here. Plenty more to find as well with the target practice already in. They do shoot back, but not very threatening that time. So he just walks out, kind of goes down before he shot at almost this Kindo. And they fall together, or apart, but also together into the grave, with B8 picking up that 9th round pretty swiftly. Pretty, it's not a problem for them that time. That was not the round. I think this is the round with the big R. We've got 4GLORY on, I'd say decent economy. They'll probably buy up here, yeah. And then B8 with a warmed up Wrinkle and plenty to go with it. I do like seeing this combination, though, Owner and Wrinkle. If they can play that outside, you're not getting past outside, you know. They try to play
I feel
outside,
like Eco's
right?
just great for confidence.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like Eco's just great for confidence booster, you know. Get Rinko, getting some kills on the board. But as we hit the T side, just storming down. However, Wrinkle's down. He's going to meet him. Yeah. Oh, he misses the first shot. Nade not going to do any damage, I don't think. So that's really not a shot you want to be missing from. It's just not a shot he should be missing. But yeah, more. I think there's, what was it, 4 down now with Kindo with the luck towards A. This could get a bit ropey for Wrinkle. Walking into his crosshair, sees the arm, gets the first on Sereni, flash goes out, repeats again, gets the second on Collins, drops the bomb, but does get traded by D. Still a very winnable round though for either side. Kindo with the luck towards A, Adam spots out Krivda, does fall though, and Kindo, the luck goes down. D in a 1v3 situation. We've seen him win a 1v2 before. I wouldn't count him out just yet. Misses the first shot though. Gets flashed out, really hunting from this kill, and gets absolutely domed by Krivda. Him on that Galil, he was quite clinical there. Got 2 incredible kills. I don't know about you, I'm a big fan of the Galil. I think the Galil is an incredible weapon, very underrated.
So cheap now as well, isn't it? Just so much better than it was as the counterpart, and so on. And proving it there, Wrinkle given a pretty free kill, I thought. Sereni gives up the shoulder. Collins gave up himself, just in general, and then Krivda, as you mentioned. Those Galil kills really important to just close out that round after Wrinkle had done his job. Just about. With 4GLORY now possibly dropping that lead. They go for just a half buy. And Team B8 should really be winning this one. That's, I think, pretty fair to say. Owner yet again.
Hopefully, anyway.
Trying to cover up. A good Molotov only sees Sereni drop a few points of health. With the smoke glitch, they don't really pass through, except for Sereni. It doesn't get past the realm of Hector. As 4GLORY try to head back in towards A instead, but surely not to be matched by many hugs. Instead it is those bullets on Owner. Take down most of them. And then not far from the tree falls D to give Team B8 back that lead. They are up to a 5-round streak now, and it's not an undeserved one.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, okay. Last round was only a force buy for the 4GLORY. Like, they're only on Tech 9s, but still from B8, you know, it was just a good round. You know, the rotations were really good from Hector. Wrinkle just he makes sure because Kindo's lurked last round as well. So they kind of have in the back of his head that they have in the back of their head that Kindo will be around, and he makes sure he gets that. Just good aim from Owner there, and it's like, you know, B8. They're doing the fundamentals right, and they've got a big bank saved up as well. You know, Wrinkle's on 10 grand, the lowest is on Ono with 4 grand, and it's like they're gonna have probably a good buy or 2 left, regardless of what happens, and that's really good on the C side. Whereas if you look over on this for the C side, but if you look over on the T side, they're looking at pennies right now. There's not much they can really do there. If they lose this round, it's just going to get bad. It's just going from bad to worse. And they need to start getting some rounds on the board and not let B8 just run away with this half.
If they lose this round 4GLORY, then there is definitely a big-time potential of B8 doing just that, running away with the half. We see Wrinkle pretty close by here as 4GLORY to enter on through. Actually, he's inside, isn't he? Thought he was around
Yeah,
this
but he
corner.
has heard the info of Sereni dropping off, and
Sure.
he's going to be coming, watch out heaven, and it's a good reaction here from Hector and Captain Kirk to push and hurt, and hopefully they should expect Kindo. Kindo could get a really bad timing here if he... Oh, no, they didn't push him, but he is walking into his crosshair, gets Hector, and
they just combine.
Wow.
They put up like
Collins,
3
yeah.
angles there. Wrinkle caught in a corner as well. 30 seconds left. He's smoked off. He still finds the kill. That's the bomb dropped as well. They come through from heaven. He does get caught in the end. Still 2 on 3 though. They spot out Krivda on the behind. They don't have a lot of time to work with. As Krivda gets another kill, they can really shut down this bomb plant now. But D still has it and does get it down. It's Soner. He had to come up out of vent as Krivda tries to secure the area. He peeks around. D takes him down though, and Owner left in tough 1-on-2 instead. I'm not even sure if he goes through this. I guess they do have the money. But Owner decides to just back away. That's an interesting... I mean, they are up to... Wrinkles on 5 digits, and a lot of others aren't far behind. I might just go for this if I was Owner.
Especially if you were maybe in a better position, I would completely agree with you. But if you're in Vent and if you're on AWP, it's like, realistically, what can you do? And I think what I've seen from like competing and just watching maybe like tier 3, tier 4 Counter-Strike, I think it's fair to say, something like this is that the idea of just saving and, you know, like realistically, Owner's not going to win that round. So it's saving that AWP is very pivotal. But here on that CT side, I saw Kindo coming down the ladder, and I thought the CTs were about to get some mad timing on him coming down the ladder and pushing into hut. But no, they didn't push in. They didn't push fully into lobby and just got wrapped by Collins. And I don't know. It looked a bit messy from B8 there. It looked a bit indecisive because Captain Kirk, or Captain Kurtle, also walked out of hut and kind of left Hector to his own demise there. And I think could have been. I think B8 probably should have taken it around, but must win for Glory there. They were definitely on the ropes and they needed that round. However, the economy is still very bad. Surviving with 2 players is not ideal because if you survive with 3 players, you know, that's fine. You know, 3 can drop 2, but 2 can't really drop 3. As I say that, running towards ramp. Krivda does get he does see the info. Owner here, Molly down. Owner misses his first shot though. Krivda drops. I'm not sure if the rotations have come down from A just yet, but it's going to be put under a lot of pressure right now. Spots out Kindo, does not get the trade. Wrinkle gets the first, drops a nade, misses the second shot. Peeking out, just seeing what he can get right now. Captain Cuckle opening the squeaky door and getting the first.
That's big. They still have some control here as well. Kindo tries to spot out, of course, towards Kirka. He stays alive for the moment as they do get that bomb down at the very least for now for Glory, but then Wrinkle comes up with another kill, and so pressured are for Glory now. Can that turn into a diamond though? Sereni and Kindo just around one another to try and keep it alive. The players all by the single doors, and then Sereni holds down. Sereni and Kindo, they get 2 each. And they actually get to a 12th round. That is unthinkable, and the way they're able to just do everything they had to do and more just for one another, splitting up the work needed and getting those 2 kills each. That ends up with the round, and that is incredible. Kindo obviously came up initially. Wrinkle tried to do everything he could, and in the end it's just not quite good enough in terms of the trading, right? For B8 and that 4-on-2, you really should end up in a more favorable spot, surely.
Yeah, they got a bit unlucky there. I can't remember who the AWP was on Squeak on the single door, but he's crouching. When you crouch, you kind of expand your body a little bit more. It's a really weird game mechanic, but if you crouch, they can see, like, you kind of go a little bit wider. Mix that with a left eye peek, and he's just not going to see Sereni at all. And Sereni's going to have such an advantage with that right eye peek there, and he just mops up really. And I mean, yeah, B8 should really not be losing that round. That was not good, and still 4GLORY's money's not great, but neither is B8 anymore. This is a must-win round for both teams, and 4GLORY, they need to start. If they're winning the rounds now, they've won 2 in a row. They need to start winning them cleanly. They need to start winning with at least more than three or more players left on the board to, you know, start building an economy, because there's still a couple rounds left in this game, and the tides could go either way very quickly. We can see Wrinkle still, the double AWP still out on the B8 side. I think that's very dangerous. 2 players in towards
Wrinkle.
credit.
What a flick that ends up being. Yeah, he finds the pick as a result for Glory. They're a little bit split up here now. Colin's still trying to get outside. No one really holding it down for now, though. Owner, he's left it wide open. Wrinkle, oh, he is looking back now. Collins tries to peek him. Collins moves in. Oh, Wrinkle's not holding it. Oh, Collins! He's
oh my god!
It's Wrinkle with the no-scope, turns around. It's going to be still him going down, but it's Krivta staying alive now despite the 40 health. He walks down. There's more to be found as well. He gets the 1 kill as he tags down D as well. Kindo comes up to make it a 2-on-2 at least for now. His owner makes it to ramp and his Kurtka is looking for the flank. Kindo comes up. Owner takes him down. And it is just D left now. We've seen him clutch out before, but on only 22 health. The rate surely isn't very probable now. Time running out. He has the bomb, but he's a little bit undecided as Kurtka is playing around with it, playing as patiently as he possibly can, hiding out in vents. D peeks him, but it's Kurtka to take him down, and it's B8 who have tied things up here in an unthinkable way. That no-scope from Wrinkle might be the most insane turnaround I've seen. And clearly,
that was incredible.
The target practice from earlier making itself useful for Wrinkle. I mean, this shot itself is crazy, right?
Oh yeah, so he gets the first shot there.
Oh, what?
That is a type disconnect in chat, uninstall, GG go next. Yeah, because Wrinkle gets the first kill, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't also expect there to maybe be one more, and he's got the first kill and gone, okay, I've got 1 kill outside. Probably shouldn't have left it completely open, but
yeah,
I don't know how he's got away with that. And that was incredible. You love to see those type of shots. Really shouldn't have missed that. I think it was Collins there.
Yeah, he really should have had a bit more. I think you focus on the AWPer that can flick like a maniac first, and then line him up. But I don't know. That's just me.
He had a great, great idea. Not a great execution.
Why? Yeah, I'm just saying. Why did he focus on Krivda? Because it's not to take anything away from his shot, but that gives a bit of time. Here's 4GLORY again, going quick this time. Captain Kirk to hold it down even while Flash gets that first kill. There's Hector there too, and as a result, 4GLORY, they don't really like that as much now. B8, they keep around with all 5 players, and so have everything inside locks up. 4GLORY, they're going to take some time here as well to actually get outside, so maybe that's covered as they get out there with only AVN now in towards lobby.
Yeah, I mean, this is, as I said, it's going bad to worse for 4GLORY. They've got 2 smokes, and Molly and a flash, a Mac 10 B. Wrinkle wants his kill. He's hungry. Misses the first shot, though. Gets away with his life. Has a nade out. This could do some damage. Oh, just tickles Kindo a little bit. But holding the cross, shoots off on the flash. Bit of a sticky one here.
Maybe he doesn't. He gets the first kill anyway. Flicks around. Not quite. On the second, Kindo trades him out. Still the man advantage for Team B8 as AVN's picked up an AK. They try to wrap around towards A now through mostly Heaven. Will be hard to do though with Owner still around. He gets the first kill. Oh, but misses that time.
The second.
Crypto's still holding it. Yeah, he's got it. That's all good. Yeah. AVN. No chance. Smart play from Hector as well to actually get around like that. And B8 take another deserved round. That is them on the 2-round streak and really looking once again like they could run away with this one, looking at that economy from 4GLORY.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as much as Wrinkle is having, I think he's having a right game, he is missing a couple shots. Like, I don't want to put anything against him, but like, you were saying how he's definitely one of the better players on his team. I don't know, he's just, there are some shots where, you probably should be hitting them as an AWPer, I think.
I agree.
But that nade coming in. And it's just instant meat grinder. I love this from Krivta. He's playing this ramp so well. He gets the first, drops down smoke, flashes, gets away with his life. Does he get this kill though? Gets 2 kills. I think that's he stops time a little bit, but however the rotates are coming down a little bit slow. You want to see the vent rotate coming in a little bit faster there. Only just coming in now. But D with 22 HP, Kindo with no armor and his A1S. I don't see 4GLORY doing much here, and it should be a full Kindo goes down. What a... Oh!
That was a nice try and shot right there. The P250 still ending up with 1 kill, 0.90. This Owner going down in most other situations, just a little bit far away. as BA end up with a 14th round still. And I mean, sure, I can agree with the rotation part of it, where they should have rotated down earlier, but also for Glory, like, even if they get the bomb down there, it doesn't really matter to BA, right? As long as they keep a few players alive to make it work in the next round. For Glory, we're always going to have money coming into this one.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible shot from D. That was actually very crisp. If only it was the... Do you remember when the P250 used to be a one?
Yeah.
This would be going back 2 years ago. Oh, it's a long time
ago. If only D
was
using it then. Right?
If only we were 3 years ago.
Yeah, if only. Time's simpler then. Not so simple now for either team. Both kind of needed the win here, B8 to get to that match point early enough, but for Glory to really stay in this one at all. Having that off back on D is something, but, you know, it's this offense has locked itself up a little bit. They try to go outside again. Rinko out there coming in from Secret. Hasn't really had a lot of backup here, though, in recent rounds, I suppose. Owner
he could be very dangerous.
He gets mollied off. Good
Rinko
Molotov.
could be very dangerous here. Depends on the control here.
Yeah. Serenity in there. He's heard Rinko. He wants to catch him. Rinko's still holding it. Serenity, he gets flicked on.
Shot.
Rinko didn't expect that close angle. He still finds the kill. Owner only the headshot that time as Captain Kirka fails as well. It's already been brought back here for 4GLORY. It's going to have to be Hector to tie things up to shut down that bomb plant. He gets the kill, walks it back and stays alive as well around the silo. Can flash away now with only 30 seconds or so as 4GLORY don't have the sight, don't have the bomb. They look for the flank instead, but that's as B8 come up and Krivda comes up with the flank of his own. D and Collins, all that's left now against match point
flank
for
comes
B8.
In from heaven.
Yeah, they get the one kill. D trying to look for it here. Krivda, oh, he gets no scope.
What a shot!
In the 1-on-2 instead, Wrinkle comes out and he goes down as well. It's a massive 2-on-3 that time for Glory from Collins and from D. Backs against the wall, and they make it work to the 9-match point from B8. That is a massive round. Oh my goodness, the tactical pause comes out as well.
Yeah, I mean, B8, like, this is... I'm being quite critical here. Not a great A setup. They've got one player top hot, one player mini. They've got no real trade they have no trade ability there, and they just go 0 for 2. And it's like, you really shouldn't be seeing that, especially when you've got utility and guns out. And I think they have the info that they're going towards A, or at least outside. Like, Wrinkle gets that first kill on Secret, and he goes, right, well, like, there's no one else here. Watch out. And Owner is, but he is prepared. He's sitting there and he just doesn't get a kill. And then Hector just gets absolutely domed on top heart. And then, but then even for 4GLORY, it was Hector that was backside. Just did not expect him to be there, and he got away with his life. And I was thinking, well, that's round. But then Collins with the heaven flank just proved pivotal, and D with that incredible AWP shot. These AWPs are hitting some quite tasty shots for us today, aren't they? We've got a game on our hands properly, don't we?
No ops on B8's hands, though. They only have this Hector M4 saved around, and a couple pistols go with it. Can be equally as dangerous anyway. With Krivda seeing that shadow, only doing the damage for now. It's Hector come up. Oh, they lined up. He still doesn't get him. And it is just that Eagle left and Owner outside now, and surely not much more in the round as a whole. As Owner gets mollied off around surely
nice
4GLORY, even as Owner hits one. He gets taken out quite quickly, and now no way for B8 to stick around in this one, and it will be 14 all given up, I suppose. But do you think, if it felt to me, you mentioned Hector there, it felt like they were trying to do too much almost, where they were trying to keep the site and the bomb still in their favor when they could have just given up the pokes plant, because again, money doesn't really matter to them in that situation as long as they give themselves better odds at winning the round. Couldn't they have just move themselves all into lobby and try to cover up like 2 or 3 angles instead of trying to cover up for that entire A site, which is just so many angles to hold off?
Yeah, completely. I mean, you want to be very versatile on the A bomb site, and as even before that hit comes in, I feel like having top hut mini is not a great position, because if they come into minis, like you're taking 1v1s and then you're taking another 1v1 on top hut, and it's like either play together or just go like maybe double push lobby or something like that. Not seen as the best play, but yeah, unfortunate that round as well from BA. It's like they had the play Oh, that is unfortunate for Wrinkle. Gets spammed through, dropped down to 5 HP. But yeah, last round, like they had the play. They just got so unlucky. I think he swung out with the A1S, and it was just, I think it was one person wasn't blind, and just very unlucky. But the A hit coming in here, the mini wrap, I think this is looking really good so far from the T side. Going 2 for 1, taking the A bomb site. Krivda tries to run up and see what he can do, but with Wrinkle on 5 HP, no kits on the board. 2 flashes, 2 smokes. I think that's a save. I don't know, especially with Owner in the vent. Like, I don't know, unless they get a smoke down towards Squeak and lets him come up. This is looking a bit ropey. Flash coming in, he jumps up, spots out Kindo, fails to get the pick. However, the Crypto does even up with the kill on Sereni. Oh, 7 HP respectively for the CT sides.
Oh, but then Crypto gets killed. There's only Kindo left. Well. He walks in, he gets the one and walks out of there. The Molotov will seal it as Wrinkle's already left. They already recognize the fact that without a kit, there's no way. I think they gamble there on the fact that they were going to be able to find like a quick pick or something, but I agree. I might just prefer to have saved there, because if you save the free weapons there, you both have a double up setup, but also have at the very least like 304 rifles, or well, ops / rifles in the next round. You can see already buying up mag 7s here. It's a great execute, as you mentioned during the round, but then even as Wrinkle gets a pick, I think that almost makes them believe a little bit too much. And in the end, that doesn't pay off. Look at the buy here. It's a bit tired to keep this game alive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Owner finding himself in the vet. Ooh, Sereni gang. Sereni just domed Wrinkle.
And then Hector on the mag 7. He's already got a little bit of damage still, but then he goes down, and so all of the CTs are tagged up now. Krivda, Captain Kirk, and Owner to keep this game alive, to draw us to overtime. If only the two Eagles and MP9 to work with. Not that 4GLORY are much more healthy, but do have that man advantage still in play. As Team B8 stack up towards ramp, it looks like. He's placing a couple players over there. Yeah, it's just Captain Kirk on 8 to keep this one contained, as that will be where 4GLORY put their sights. Owner having to step up, or Captain Kirk rather having to step up on that A site itself. You can see Owner like starting to rotate over, but this Deagle might have to be worth its weight in gold if they're really going to be winning this one. They stick around on 8. They are not doing the vent drop. They're walking in. Captain Kirk peeks around the corner, misses on the first, and that's all he gets in terms of opportunity on that A site. They try to rotate over now, but it's a very tough one for Krivda and Owner to manage. Shoner going to be dropping that typical heaven smoke already, but then both entering out of heaven, and Collins the nade. He's already dunked down one. That might be game over, folks. B8, who are playing their hearts out here on the CT side and almost ran away for it. Or almost ran away with it for a long time. They might just end up with a defeat here anyway. His Owner gets taken out. That is it. No overtime.